It's a big football Friday. Big football Friday. So, Ike, I'm actually, instead of offering you my opinion first, I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to ask you what you think.
Well, isn't that nice of you?
Well, it's been a lot of me this week, and I quite frankly have had enough of me this week. So
you and everyone else.
Yeah, well, I can tell. Yeah, I can tell. So after the loss against the Cowboys, I remember sitting at Chickies and Pete's, and I just said, this team is cooked. Mm-hmm. And then after the loss to the Chicago Bears, I sat at Chickies and Pete's, and I'm like, this team is cooked. Mm. And here we are with a Monday night game against the Chargers, a game they have to have, really. The offense has looked terrible most of the year. The defense on Friday looked worse than they had all year. Mm-hmm. Jalen Carter is out for a few weeks, it seems, with the two shoulder thing. So I ask you, are they just cooked, or do you think they have one run left in them? Because I think that's the biggest question. Yeah. Are they cooked?
No, listen, and quite frankly, I'm the right person to come to.
I know.
Because
I know.
They aren't cooked yet. They are not cooked yet. I'm still holding out hope. I'm not going to tell you, I don't have we're going to the Super Bowl guarantee feeling in me. I just don't feel like I don't feel like the book has been closed on this season yet. And they still have plenty of opportunity to turn this thing around. So let me see if I can bring this to 2018.
Okay.
2018.
Yes.
Struggling season.
Oh, yeah, we're 5-8, right?
Yes,
yep.
I can't remember what the record was, but struggling season, and it certainly didn't appear. It didn't even look like we were going to make the playoffs.
Right. That's when Carson. That's when they sat Carson down.
After losing to Dallas.
Yep.
After we lost to Dallas, Carson sits. Nick comes in. The magic is rekindled. I'm not saying we're going to do that when replacing a quarterback or anything. But what I am saying is that this is still a championship team with DNA championship, right? They're not that far removed from hoisting that trophy. There are a lot of players that are still on this roster that knows what that feels like. And I just feel like they need to get out of their own way, get a little bit of positive reinforcement, meaning see some success out there on the field, and then at some point it's going to click to them that, oh, this is why we're doing this. This is why this is our main objective, is to go out there and to defend our championship. That's one part of it. Here's the second part of it. As good as the Rams have looked, I think they're the best team. They've earned that. They played the most consistently. The other teams in the rest of the conference doesn't strike fear in me.
Sure. Yep.
So it's not that the Eagles can flip a switch and just win, but if they can get a little momentum going, it's not like they need a miracle to beat these teams. We've seen them beat some of the best teams, Detroit, Green Bay, in consecutive weeks without playing their best football. Mm-hmm. So if they can at least get it going, if they get to the playoffs, it's a whole new season. And I think some strange way, that's sort of what they're waiting on.
They're waiting to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, when that postseason.
That's a dangerous game.
It is.
Okay.
It is. And it's almost like you're taking it for granted.
Yes.
That's what I believe they've done to this point. But over this next month, it's going to hit, hopefully it hits this weekend going into Monday, that we have an actual title to defend. Let's go defend our title. There has to be some pride still left in there in being a champion. I think that's going to set in and kick in at some point, and we'll see. I still believe to this point, Rams-Eagles NFC Championship game. Just a matter of whether it's in L.A. or it's here.
215-592-9494.
Either way, it's going to be an Eagles home game, so it really doesn't matter.
Yes, even in L.A.
Yes.
And nicer weather, actually.
Yes.
215-592-9494. Are the 2025 Eagles cooked, or do they have one run left in them? So as you're saying that,
mm-hmm.
I think I've figured out how this season's going to go and the team that I am likening them to. So you talked about the 2018 Eagles. You talked about last year's Eagles. They actually a little bit remind me of the 2024 Phillies. And what happened with the 2024 Phillies is in the middle of the year, they had built up this. Now, they played better at the beginning of the year than this Eagles team did. But they had built up this lead that for the rest of the season even though they played middling baseball for the rest of the year, we just kept pointing at the record, even though we knew
best team in baseball.
Yeah, best team in baseball, best team in baseball. No other team's really that good. In the when the Mets going to beat us, all that sort of stuff. And we did it until the end of the year, and they didn't collapse completely. That Phillies team, they played 500, below 500 baseball for 3 months or whatever. But they just kept going back and forth, and they never really gave us a chance to believe. And then we all went into that series against the Mets, and they thought they could turn it on. They thought they could flip the switch. We hoped they could flip the switch. But deep in our gut, we knew it just wasn't there. So I guess what I sort of feel with this Eagles team is I don't think they're good. I don't think it's 23. At the end of the day, I don't think they're going to crumble. But I just don't think they have it. And I understand. I agree with you. I don't think anyone in the NFC, even including the Rams, who are a very good football team, nobody's scary. Right? There's no team that we couldn't beat, especially at home. But also, there's no team that we couldn't lose to. is sort of the same. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling some 2024 Phillies vibes with this Eagles team.